haven't done a knitting video, except for the first one, I think. So I'm gonna try and show you how to do this. It's the purl stitch. It makes it so one side of your project is flat and like kind of silky-ish, instead of being soft and squishy kind of. It's more flat. It's hard to understand or explain, but you know that. But yeah, show you how to do this. This one's a little bit more involved than the original, like the getting started knitting one, but once you get it, it's very easy. But again, oh, it's a different yarn this time. The white one that I've been using. The blanket I showed in the rectangle one, I decided was too short and the yarn matches it, so I'm using it on it to make it bigger. So that's why we have a different one today. But yeah, start with the same old thing, the slip knot, and then put it on your knitting needle. These ones are they're gonna catch a lot for me, because one, they're wood, but I preferred using wood, and also because they're old, and this one's broken, so it's glued back together, and this one I don't know if you can really see, but it's flat here because I chew on it, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to do this with these, but these are the ones I grabbed, so this is what we're using. But just like the other one, to start it, to cast on, the easiest way to do it is to twist it around like that and then flip it around it. It's just the easiest way. There's also the using the other needle technique, but that seems to take a long time, so I like doing this way better. So I'm going to put probably 10 or 15 on here, and then I'll be right back. Got 15. 10 looked too small and it went really fast, so I just put them all on. Alright, to start this, you are going to want to do just a normal stitch, like normal knit stitch. Go through, thank you. You're going to want to do a normal knit stitch on the first row, because that's how you start it. One row is going to be a normal knit stitch, and then the other one's going to be the purled side. So, yeah, hopefully it won't be too difficult to explain, but I'll do the best I can. Let me do this one row. I'll be right back. Alright, I did the first one. Again, it's just the normal knit stitch you go across. So the first row is very easy. Once you know how to do the other one, you'll know how to do the first part. Alright, the second row, on the other hand, is going to be where the pattern changes. But you put your needle through the back side of it, and then you wrap your hook around, or the yarn around the needle, just like you normally do, but you pull it off backwards. So, again, you put it like in upside down, kind of. It's the weirdest thing, and hopefully this is able to show you. But yeah, you put it in upside down-ish. Yeah, it's very hard to explain this because you just kind of, once you learn it, you do it. But yeah, again, put it in like the opposite side. Instead of putting the needles together like this, like how you normally do, you put it in like this. So hopefully that's making sense, because upside down, and yeah, it's hard to explain. I'm going to finish this row and maybe do a couple more, just to get it a little bit bigger so you can see kind of what I'm talking about, so I'll be right back. Only did literally just like 3 rows, I think, but you can kind of see what I mean. This side is the purled side, and it's flat and silky, and it's like, it's a lot smoother than, or flatter than it would be with the other, just normal knit stitch. The one that I prefer because it's more squishy. I think it's called a garter stitch, but I have no idea. The basic knit one. But then this is the back side of it, so see how it doesn't really give much, because this side is flat, like there's nowhere really for it to go. But yeah, this is how the purled way works. I'm gonna do it a couple more times just to obviously explain it better now that you can see what it looks like. Again, to start, instead of, here, I'll spread it out so you can see. Instead of doing it through here, just like a normal knit stitch, you go upside down. Again, see, you go upside down like that to do it, to do the purl. And with the purl stitch, again, upside down, wrap it around like normal, and then pull it through, and then it comes off. But with the purl stitch, how you get this is only one side, you're gonna do it backwards like this, and then the other side of it, you're gonna do just the normal knit way, and then I don't know how it works, but this side stays flat, and then the other side will stay the other look. You know what word I'm going for, hopefully. But yeah, that's how you do that. Just all of them backwards, kind of, upside down, whatever you want to call it. And then for this side, you're gonna want to just do the normal knit garter, hopefully that's the right name for it, the normal knit stitch, this on the back side of it, because obviously the purl side is a bit more fancy looking. You're gonna want that one on the outside of whatever, or the top side of whatever you're making, because that's the fancy look side. The other side looks nice too, but it's just meant for the insides. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully I'm not too confusing. But this way too, it gets longer a lot faster, and I have a very small piece that I'm working on, but still, it gets longer a lot faster because you don't have, you're just basically working half, kind of. You're working both sides, but again, hopefully you understand what I mean. Yeah, that's the purled side. See, it's all smooth and like silky, and then this is the knit side, the back. I am going to, well, I'll show you again backwards, because you're doing the purled side again. You go in upside down, wrap it, and pull it through again. Just do it backwards. But I am going to finish this so that way it makes a bit of a square. And then I'll show you how to end it, even though I'm not going to keep it. I'll show you how to end it, and yeah, I'll be right back. Let me do a few more. Okay, this is it. I know it's tiny, but that's what we get. This is the smooth side, obviously. This is the purled side. And this is the just regular knit stitch. And yes, it does curl. That's a normal thing for the purl thing to do. It doesn't really come out after you finish it. Like the ends, it'll always curl up like that, no matter what you do. So I don't really know a way to not to get it to do that. So expect the curling to happen. The sides will flatten if you like sew it together like around like this. It will flatten out. But the end will always curl. Unless you obviously sew it to something too. But yeah, that's the purl stitch. If you noticed when I was doing it, I may or may not have started just knitting the one side, so I had to go back and take out the stitches and redo it. So if you do that, just reverse it and it'll be fine. It turns out fine. You just go back. like you put it back in, you put your hook or your needle back into the last stitch you took off and just kind of knit by pulling this string off. It'll survive. Because I accidentally did that. I wasn't paying attention and just started knitting because I don't do this very often. But to end it, you just do it the same way you do with every knit, except with this one, you want to end it on the side that you're not doing the purl stitch on, because you'll be able to see it more. So you want to end with it like, so both tail ends will be on the same side, just so that way you won't see it as much. But yeah, you just end it the same way as you do all of them. You put 2 on the needle that you're going to be holding in the working hand or whatever, and then just pull it over all the way across, just the same way you do basically all knit projects. You just pull them off like this, but you want to do it so that both ends will end on the same side, so you won't have a very harsh knit edge, if that makes sense. But finish this, I will be right back. Alright, now that you've just got the one loopy on your needle, you just pull it off and then knot it like you normally do, cut the yarn. All that fun stuff that you probably know. And same with weaving it in. I didn't do I normally hold this end along with this one, so they're both together. But I'm taking it apart, so I didn't really feel the need to hide it today. But yeah, you just loop this through, knot it, weave the ends in, normal ending way. But this is what it looks like finished. I know, again, it's a teeny tiny little piece, but I honestly can tell you I haven't done this in a long time, so I was kind of nervous about remembering how to do it. So that's one reason why I made it super tiny. I didn't know if I was going to remember how to do this, but I'm very proud of myself that I did remember how to do it. Yeah, that's all it is. Just it's just smooth on the one side and normal knit, half normal knit on the other side. But it does make a very nice little, it's very good for hats, basically, because the outside is smoother and it just looks a little bit fancier. I prefer the other stitch, the normal knit. I'm pretty sure it's called garter. But I prefer that one for hats and things just because I like the squishiness of it. It's more cozy feeling, kind of, than this one. This one feels like you're worried about ruining it, because it is fancy, to me. You're not gonna ruin it, don't worry about that, because it's the same as the other way. It just feels fancier. But yeah, hopefully this made at least a little bit of sense, because I had to remember how to do it myself. So yeah, hopefully that was at least a little bit not confusing, and it helped you to at least be able to see what you have to do to get it done, instead of, because I learned by looking at pictures and stuff. I don't do it by reading. I need to see it. That's why I figured I'd do it by showing. But hopefully that was helpful to at least get you out of the being stuck and not being able to figure it out. But yeah, that's all it takes. It's quite easy. Yep, I know, super tiny. Sorry about that, but I was honestly really nervous that I wouldn't be able to figure out how to do it again. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I really, really hope this helps. And truly, if you made it all the way through again, thank you for watching all the way through. I appreciate it.